Dear friends, today I would like to present some essential political reforms and suggestions for the Sri Lankan constitution. Since independence, Sri Lankan election system and Sri Lankan constitution did not require a good educational qualification to be a member of parliament. Any rascal, any criminal, any corrupt person can become members of parliament because the nomination is given by the parties. So now there is a struggle, there is a revolution, political kind of upheaval, and now people want to change the system. People want to change the constitution. We need a better constitution to serve the people. Now, I suggest that there must be good qualifications for all the MPs, members of parliament, and ministers, and also President and Prime Minister. What I suggest is all the MPs must have at least degree in order to contest a general election. And if a MP want to become a member of cabinet, they should have a higher degree, PhD, and good knowledge about their ministerial post. For example, if it is a Minister of Health, he should have degree about the science, or he should have degree about the medical knowledge. So this is a very essential thing. Then there will be good educated people will come to the parliament. Now 98 or more even don't have O levels. So that is why they don't know what is statesmanship, they don't know what they should do, and they don't understood the responsibility of a country, the people, wishes of the people of the country. And secondly, there is a grave mistake in our democratic system, because it is said in the constitution, people have the sovereignty, and this sovereignty will be exercised by the people through judiciary, to the parliament, to the president. But this democratic system is half. It is not complete democratic system, because people were given the power to elect the people, but people cannot oppose, or people cannot impeach, people cannot remove the people they appoint. Normally in the world, if anyone appoint a person, they also can sack that person or remove that person from that position. That power is there. The person who appoint also can remove or cancel that appointment. But in this election system, people don't have. Therefore, I say this only people have 50% of the supremacy of the people are given to the people, because the removing power is not given. Now people have to come to the street, and they have to do the protest in order to remove the MPs. Now what I suggest is, when we have an election, every voter should have two votes, two vote cards. One is to appoint the president, and other vote is for the removing him. So if the president or the ministers or MPs, also if you are in general election, also you should have given two votes, one to appoint, one to remove the MPs. So if they are not acting accordance with the people's wishes and expectations and aspirations, and they are violating the mandate given to the MPs, especially we see in certain bills are passed, certain parties pay money to the MPs and they can buy the MPs. This is a ridiculous situation, and this is a very bad situation, because that will lead to a catastrophic situation for the people. They do not act for the welfare and happiness of the people. So therefore, we need to have this impeachment power vested in the people, so that if the MPs or if the ministers or if the Prime Minister or if the President, for example, they sell the lands of the people and get commission, and if the people want to stop it, there's no mechanism to do it. So if people do not like selling their country, selling their, the people should have right to go against such kind of dictatorships, such kind of very arbitrary rulers. So therefore, this power of removing the President, Prime Minister, and the MPs, members of Parliament, should be vested in the people. Then only this democracy become 100%. So how can we operate this kind of impeachment and vested these powers in the people? You can have an app, or you can have a mechanism, electronic mechanism, where you can go to the post office, where you can go to the divisional secretariat office. Moment you don't like the MPs, moment you don't like the minister, moment you don't like the Prime Minister or President, you can go and vote. And this voting can continuously happen. After election of them, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, then people can go and vote. Okay, I don't like this Prime Minister, I don't like this President, I don't like this MP, because their modus operandi, operating system, or their way of ruling the rule of law and the democracy, they are not violating. They are violating the wishes of the people. Therefore, we want to remove him from the president or any other position. In that way, that will help people to control them or check them. Now there is no check and balance for the people. So if there is a check and balance for the people, then there will not be abusing of the power, misusing of the power, and taking advantage of the innocent nature of the citizens. So this will help to have a better governance, better rule of law, and democracy will be 100% operated. So I suggest that we need to this kind of thing. Then secondly, all the members and ministers should be given good education about their ministry or their position. For example, all the MPs should be made compulsory to study a diploma of good governance. So including constitutional law, international relationships, the management of the ministries, and the management of the projects, and or history of Sri Lanka. So this diploma should be conducted by recognized university in Sri Lanka. And for the first parliament, after next general election, they should have given a grace period of two years to complete this design diploma for all the MPs. And there must be higher diploma for members of cabinet and the ministers, and also Prime Minister and the President. Because these people come to the power, they don't know to handle the foreign relationship, diplomacy, and also they don't know how to manage their department or manage their ministry, and incurring losses. So that if we should run our Sri Lankan government like a business organization, where Singapore also doing the same. All the ministers are responsible for their ministry, and it is their responsibility to bring wealth and the prosperity in that ministry or the department, so that no losses incur. So these are some of the very important changes we need to introduce, so that after the next 5 years, after the next election, the second election, all the candidates should have this diploma and higher diploma before contesting the election. so that they know what they are going to do. They know what is their responsibilities. So it is very important to have this kind of compulsory qualifications to become a MP, members of parliament, and also minister, prime minister, and president. And also, no pension should be given to the members of parliament unless they work for 20 years, like in the government sector. And also, other MPs, they can have a ETF for the MPs if they serve less than 20 years. And there must be minimum age for the politicians. I suggest that there should be they should have when they should have reached 65, they couldn't compete the elections, and also they cannot hold any presidential or any other prime minister or any other position in the government. And also all the candidates should file their income and expenditure and their assets and liabilities to the public, not to the parliament, to the public, and to the Inland Revenue Department. But it is not only that they file asset and liabilities report to the income Inland Revenue Department and the parliament and the people to see in the public website. Also their family members, mother's side, father's side, and wife's side, and also their mothers and family members, so that the people know, okay, what is the level of their income and expenditure, so that if they are unnaturally or exceedingly getting rich, then people can trace how they get this money. And also our present preferential vote system is a very bad system where people fighting so much, even within the party candidates fight so much, and that will lead to enormous expenditure for the candidates, and it is not simple task to compete election. Therefore, it will lead to disastrous and very violent situations. So we need to make a new balanced way of competing the members of parliament, and also when they are competing, there should be extra candidates who will be voted if people impeach the member of parliament because his behavior is not good, he doesn't follow the aspirations of the people. So there must be a substitute candidate to fill up the position once he was impeached by the people. And there must be a good rules and regulation for the central bank. Central bank should be made independent, and they should have full powers to investigate any foreign exchange or any financial corruptions in the financial institutions, such as we see that the collapse of the finance company and some other financial companies. So we should know that it is this governing body in Sri Lanka, monetary governing body, is the central banks, and central banks should have full powers so that they can investigate such as Huala and Undial methods of transferring money. These methods are removing all the foreign exchange from Sri Lanka, which will cause Sri Lanka to bankrupt. And also the Commission of Bribery and Corruption should be empowered with all the powers and vested all the powers, even for them to conduct any private or any institutions doing any kind of corruption. So therefore, we need to conduct good restructuring in the Bribery and Corruption Commission, empowering all the officers and all the institution and independence for them, so that no politicians can handle or meddle with their duties, so that they can disturb the process of the investigation of these crimes committed by the parliamentarians with using their political powers. So if we can have good governance like this, then there will be a better future for Sri Lankan people. Because now it is really corrupt politicians is stealing the future of our children, future of the Sri Lanka, and causing enormous hardships for the people. So we have to learn from the past and we have to move forward with intelligently so that we can continue with good future for the people. So I wish all of the Sri Lankans to consider this impeachment of the MPs, which will give power to the people, back to the people. Because now people don't have power to remove them. You have to make a protest and the government will use their weaponry powers to suppress the people. So this is quite hard to remove a government or MP if they are not following the wish and the supremacy of the people. So we should reorganize and remodernize the democratic system in order to serve the people. The purpose of the parliament, the purpose of the president, purpose of the prime minister is to serve the people. They are there to serve the people, but they are not doing their job. When they are not doing their job, we have to do something. So thank you very much, dear friends, and hope to see you again in another video like this. Take care.